Holding on to what was once a part of you is not weakness. It's proof that you know how to love genuinely. And that's why letting go is so difficult. We will explore where exactly this process breaks down and why the pain here says something entirely different than you think. There are things that occupied your mind, your time, almost your whole life. Relationships, work, self-image, dreams, the role you played for years. And at some point, you realize that you are holding on to this not because it is alive, but because you don't know who you will be without it. This is not a weakness of character. It's a normal human attachment to what gave your life meaning. The problem is that most people perceive the difficulty of letting go as a sign of failure. If it hurts, it means there's something wrong with me. If I can't just cut it off, it means I'm not strong enough. But this is false logic. The deeper something has grown into your life, the stronger the pull will be when separating from it. This is not pathology, it's proportion. And the most important thing here is this: your willingness to let go, even if it is accompanied by pain, doubt, and resistance, does not indicate defeat. It speaks of faith, of the feeling deep inside that there is something greater ahead, that you have not yet reached your limit, that this pain is not the end, but a threshold. We live in a culture that is very good at talking about letting go, and very bad at explaining why it is so difficult. The internet is full of advice. Just accept it. Let go of control. Live in the present moment. But no one explains what happens inside when you genuinely want to let go and still can't. When you understand intellectually that it's time to move on, but something inside holds on tightly. This video is not about how to quickly get rid of pain. It's about understanding it correctly, because if you misread the signal, you either get stuck in it forever or torture yourself with attempts to finally let go. Both paths lead nowhere. Here's a thesis that changes the whole conversation. The pain of letting go is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. It's a sign that what you experienced had real value. You can't feel pain over something empty. It means there was something real. And this reality now demands that you approach the process of letting go with the same seriousness that you once put into building it all. In these few minutes, we will first go through the main point: why letting go hurts even when you want to, and what is really behind this resistance. Then we will move on to practice, not in the form of abstract advice, but through concrete understanding of where you are currently stuck and what to do about it. All of this will conclude not with consolation, but with a turn towards what is already waiting for you on the other side. Another detail to keep in mind: we often confuse the strength of attachment with the size of the mistake. The harder it is to let go, the more it seems that you invested too much in the wrong place. But that's not the case. Deep attachment is not a miscalculation. It's proof that you were truly engaged in your life. And this engagement will now become the fuel for the next step, if you stop interpreting pain as guilt. Write in the comments, have you ever felt that you understood it was time to let go, but something inside just kept holding on? Your stories help us choose the most accurate topics for future discussions. There is one false belief that makes the process of letting go twice as hard. It sounds something like this: if you are really ready to let go, it should be easier. And if it hurts, if you still feel pulled back, if you keep returning in your thoughts to what is already behind, it means you are doing something wrong. It means you are not strong enough. It means you are stuck. This belief is not just erroneous. It works against you because it adds another layer to the real pain: shame for feeling pain. But look at the mechanics of the situation differently. The pain of letting go is proportional not to your weakness, but to the value of what you are letting go. The deeper something was woven into your life, into your decisions, into your time, into who you considered yourself to be, the stronger the feeling when it leaves. This is not a malfunction. This is an accurate signal that it was real. Imagine a person who has spent several years building a project, investing not only money and hours, but also a sense of self. I am the one who does this. When the project closes, the pain feels disproportionately large. Others might say, well, just start something new. But it's not about the project itself. It's about the fact that a part of identity leaves with it. The answer to the question, who am I, that has worked for years. That is why it hurts so much. And that says how important it was, rather than that the person is broken. Here is a simple model to keep in mind. Let's call it the scale of value and pain. If you find it easy to let go of something, it either really was insignificant or you had already internally departed from it long before it happened externally. However, if letting go is hard, that is a direct indication that the investment was real. Pain, in this sense, is not an enemy. It is honest feedback from your own life. A typical trap here is trying to expedite the letting go process by denying the value. Well, it wasn't necessary. I exaggerated. It's really not that important. This seems like a reasonable way to reduce pain, but it works in the opposite way. When you devalue what you lost, you simultaneously devalue a part of yourself, that self who believed in it, who invested in it, who chose it. It turns out you are trying to ease the departure by convincing yourself that there was nothing to leave. But your body and memory do not believe this argument. They know what it cost. Another trap is confusing accepting pain with staying in pain. Many avoid letting go precisely because they fear, if I acknowledge how much it hurts, I will be stuck in it forever. But it works the opposite way. Pain that is not acknowledged does not go away. It just goes deeper and starts to control your decisions from there. Tensed shoulders at the mention of the topic. Automatic conversation switching. Sharp irritation in situations that remind of the past. This is not a sign that the person has coped. It is a sign that the pain has found another outlet. The turnaround here is not about accepting pain as some sort of spiritual practice. The turnaround is to stop reading it as a diagnosis of your inadequacy and start reading it as confirmation. What you held had weight, and thus you, a person capable of holding something significant. The readiness to let go while it hurts is not weakness and not a contradiction. It is perhaps one of the most accurate signs that you are focused not on comfort in the moment, but on something greater. You do not let go because it did not matter. You let go precisely because it did, and because you believe there is something ahead worth moving towards, even if it currently has no name or form. It is this belief, not certainty, not a plan, not a guarantee, but precisely belief, that distinguishes letting go from loss. Loss happens to you. Letting go is a choice you make, knowing that it is worth something. Try to do one simple action right now. Not to let go, but to name it. Remember what you were holding on to, and tell yourself one phrase without trying to fix anything. It was real, and that is why it hurts now. Not I should move on, not everything will be fine, but this acknowledgement. Without it, any subsequent action will be an attempt to avoid the pain, rather than to go through it. Now look at how this works in the situation that occurs most often. Someone asks you about a topic you haven't let go of yet, about a project, a relationship, a decision that didn't work out. Something tense rises inside, and you either switch gears, oh, never mind, or you start explaining and defending. Both options are ways to avoid facing what is. Another option looks like this. Instead of trying to convince the other person or yourself, you pause for a second and notice the tension inside. You don't eliminate it, you notice it, and you respond from that place, not past it. The conversation may be the same, but your position within it is different. You are not running away from the weight, you are carrying it. This is the difference worth practicing. Not the ability to not feel, but the ability to feel while not reverting back to the old script. Every time you feel the urge to return to what is already finished, to mentally review, re-ask, reenact, ask yourself one question. Am I going back there because there is something unfinished, or because here, ahead, it's still empty and unfamiliar? An honest answer to this question shifts the point of reference by itself. It doesn't remove the pull back, but it strips it of its automatic power over the next step. The pain of letting go is not a signal that you are doing something wrong. It is precise information about how real what you were holding was. And this reality doesn't speak of your weakness, but of your ability to truly invest, which means you are capable again. Letting go does not mean that what was did not matter. It means exactly the opposite. It mattered so much that you consciously choose to move on despite the heaviness. Loss happens to you. Letting go is a choice, and the difference between them is fundamental. Another thing worth holding on to: what lies ahead doesn't necessarily have to be clear in order to move toward it. Faith is not confidence in the plan. It is the willingness to step into what currently has no name or form because you feel there is space there. It is this space that releases letting go. Tomorrow morning, when the familiar thought pulls you back, don't fight it. Just notice it and take one step toward what is already waiting. If this video was helpful to you, subscribe and like so you won't miss the next release.